Hey guys, I know what you're thinking now. Why are you doing a Lankybox video when you announced a video on the Parlo situation? Well, about the Parlo video, I have decided to halt production on that video because, let's be honest, I wouldn't be having a unique take on the situation. And I'm also too afraid to potentially spread false information on the situation. I'm sorry, but because of those reasons, the production of that video is now halted indefinitely. But even then, today's topic was requested quite a bit. The YouTuber we'll talk about is called Lankybox. And the shoutout for today goes to Kuyami since she recommended that video idea to me. And without any further ado, let's begin. As always, we begin with the channel description. Lankybox includes Foxy, Boxy, Ghosty, Rocky, Thick Shark, Jesus Christ, and more. You will see crazy gaming videos, insane animations, and lots more. I have a few problems with that description. First of all, the names of the characters are just lazy, with one of the characters also being a rock, mind you. A rock. A literal piece of pavement. It is just the name of the object, just with the letter Y being placed at the end. With a sole exception for one character, and that character is Thick Shark. I mean, it makes sense that you wouldn't want to call your mascot Sharky, since there is already a copyrighted IP with the name Sharky, that IP being Sharky and George. But seriously, you really couldn't come up with a better name other than Thick Shark? That is my first problem. My other problem is how overhyped the description is. It really seems like it is screaming at you, trying to convince you that the content on the channel would be some masterpiece. Well, if the description says so, then let's get to the videos page. And there I also see a few problems. Let's start with the thumbnails. Many of the thumbnails I have seen on Lankybox have a collective issue. And that problem is that Lankybox really tends to rely on a certain kind of clickbait. That kind being scarebait or shockbait. That term is used when there is something scary or shocking in the thumbnail to get people to click on the video. And you know, I have a special problem with Lankybox doing that though. And that is that their community is very young. I will read a few comments to show what I mean. By the way, don't make fun of the people writing those comments. They're just too young and can't write properly yet. Poeple hacked games is the reason is cursed. Why is Lankybox now have 6-7 in video? Lankybox, I'll watch you 10 years. I've watched Boboa. He was my favorite funny mouse. I don't know what he is. The reason why I find it gross for Lankybox to use those thumbnails is because the children who watch their content don't have fully developed cognitive abilities, especially in the field of the believing. Children cannot really discern what's real and what's fake. That is why I have such a problem with Lankybox using such thumbnails. Imagine a kid saw the video and is now scared of Talking Tom or Snake.io. And this next question is for you, Lankybox. Do you think it is necessary to potentially scare your child audience with such content? With the platform that you have, you are pretty much a role model to those children. So you should definitely be more careful with what you show them. But anyways, let's talk about the content on the Lankybox channel. And when talking about the content on Lankybox, well, do you all remember that one meme that says, "Hello fellow kids"? That is what the content on Lankybox actually reminds me of. The video topics is just them jumping on whatever topic is trending with the kids to get some easy clicks. Sometimes even using trends that I haven't heard of in more than 3 years. Some of the trends that they use, for example, are the 3 AM challenge videos. The content in those videos is very self-explanatory. The YouTuber in question does something at 3 AM and during that challenge something supposedly paranormal happens. I don't have to explain that those videos are obviously fake, am I right? It is obvious clickbait designed for children. Another recycled trend from the late 2010s that they have used is the so-called color challenge, which was trending at around 2018 or 2019. The videos are showing the YouTuber only eating food products that have a specific color. I personally don't get what would be so challenging or worth watching at that, but for some reason that trend really took off. And Lankybox recycled that trend for for a video 3 weeks ago. I don't get why, other than it is just very easy to produce. Other videos are challenges like, can you guess the price of insert product name, or noob versus pro versus hacker challenge videos, or Roblox videos that are just them playing Roblox games. Even some questionable ones, despite the bad stuff that came out about Roblox as a company. They also make very run-at-the-mill unboxing videos, tier list videos, and more videos to hop on some trend. It doesn't feel like Lankybox has a clear focus content-wise. Instead, it feels like Lankybox is just throwing video ideas at the wall in hope that something eventually sticks. I mean, they have a certain focus, but we will get there eventually. Now we get to the videos themselves, and I will talk about both their long-form videos and their shorts at the same time, because they have the same issue. And when looking at the long-form videos themselves, it is pretty much the definition of Brainrot, with the typical Brainrot cliches, overly edited, with the YouTuber acting overly childish, all of that being catered to a child audience. Here are some clips to show my point.
Today we are escaping scary 6-7 story in Roblox. In this game, we have to escape a haunted house while being attacked by the scary 6-7 entity. No! This is actually one of the funniest, but also scariest Roblox stories we have ever played. Today we are opening all of these Sonic Happy Meals at 3 a.m. We are gonna start here with the Sonic Happy Meal. Whoa, we just did a spin dash, it's alive!
Stop it. Get some help.
And when talking about the shorts, it is pretty much the same deal, but it somehow makes even less sense. Lankybox has two categories of shorts that stick out to me. The first one being an animation, which always has some copyrighted music and some childish sound effects. Again, it is cliche brain rot. But the second one is more interesting. It is them redoing trailers for movies with no budget. And I will for once not give my opinion away already. Instead, I will just play a snippet for you all to see for yourselves.
You didn't change who you
No! Can you all understand why it took me until the end of 2025 to talk about them? Those shorts are just so overacted and cringeworthy that it actually hurts for me to watch them. And now I will get over my overall problem with this brainrot content being marketed towards children. Once again, children don't have a fully developed brain. Such oversaturated content like Lankybox is for children like a cup of coffee, and it could potentially hinder their child's mental development. But then I don't even have to say potentially anymore, since in 2021 there have already been cases where teachers were talking about their students, and it was revealed that the consumption of such content actually was a detriment to the attention span in their class. And that is why I have such a problem with Lankybox. Their content by now is potentially harmful towards children's mental development. And again, I think that they know that they have a child audience, which makes it all the more gross to me. Such content, I don't even want to call Lankybox content, shouldn't be consumed by little children, if the scare bait wasn't enough of a clue already. But anyways, I want to end this section of the video on a more positive note, since I looked at the beginnings of the channel, and I have to say, their old content is a lot better. I can't show any clips of their old videos since they have clips of K-pop music videos in them, and I don't want to get a copyright strike. So please trust me when I say this. It is actually watchable content. It just seemed like two friends that liked K-pop just having fun. And it makes the Lankybox channel all the more tragic, because they actually could still make that content today and they would be much more well liked. But no, they just decided to sell out. It is such a shame, but honestly, it is just a circle of a big YouTuber. Once they smell the big money, they immediately throw out any integrity they once had. So for the last segment, I want to talk about their merch. I know I normally only talk about the YouTube channel itself, but I think it is important to talk about the merch from Lankybox, because they're advertising it in a very disgusting manner in my opinion. So as you all may have noticed, they often show plush versions of their characters, sometimes even writing little plots for them. Here's a clip of that.
Today Today, Foxy and Boxy have a huge surprise for you. After we stopped filming one day, Foxy and Boxy came to life and decided to make their own brand new YouTube channel. First, Foxy and Boxy are going to have to find all their plushie friends, like Rocky, Sticky, Canny, Ghosty, Thick Shark, Milky, and Lankybox. Then, once they find all their friends, they're gonna make their brand new YouTube channel and show you guys their first video. Are you ready to see Foxy and Boxy's huge surprise? Let's go.
Some of you may be wondering why they do that. Well, there is a reason for that. Lankybox is using a type of advertisement called sneak advertisement. In that kind of advertisement, the product that is advertised is often shown within the content without explicitly stating that it is an advertisement. It is also a form of manipulation to get people to buy stuff. And with that, we have the sad purpose of modern Lankybox. It isn't a passion thing anymore. Justin and Adam are doing this just to get a quick buck and to sell their merch. They don't care about their community. They only care about the wallets of their community, which is just a disgusting way of commercializing your content in my opinion, since it is also potentially pushing your audience, which is made up of children by the way once again, into a spending addiction. And all that for a $26 plush toy. Congratulations, Lankybox. So, before we get to the conclusion, I want to answer one more question. Why is Lankybox such a big channel, even though it has no unique attributes to classify them being one of the biggest YouTubers? Well, that is once again easy to explain. You see, Lankybox were one of the first YouTubers to fully embrace the Brainrot content, which of course gave them a head start. And the biggest reason is that they produce content extremely quickly. And the YouTube algorithm unfortunately prefers people who upload many videos in a short time span. And that is why Lankybox is unfortunately at the top. And now that I made that clear, I will now get to the conclusion of the video. In conclusion, Lankybox once started as a very wholesome passion project by two friends with a love for K-pop. But unfortunately, they threw it all away just to make Brainrot slop content with no substance whatsoever for a quick buck, with content that is inappropriate for children. So if any parent watches this, don't let your child watch Lankybox. They don't care about your child's well-being at all. They only care about your money. Please take care of what your child sees on the internet, because they can see something that can scar them for life. But anyways, that's it for today's video. I will now credit the people who helped behind the scenes. Thank you John2008, Indominus Pack, Spino Blue, Spinozilla 2005 and Unfortunate for making the character stills. Thank you Flame Plasmanian for making my channel's intro. Thank you Gatorboy for making the official Cretaceous Critiques logo. Thank you Draken and Indominus Pack for making my channel's profile picture. Thank you Spino Blue for making the background for my videos. And thank you Draken for making my thumbnail border. And again, thank you Kuyami for giving me that video idea. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and join the Discord, link in the description. I'll see you all in the next video. Stay cold, Blizzards, and goodbye.